Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. A merry welcome, and I hope you guys had a great holiday and you're getting some R&R and be able to just relax and enjoy your time away from work and with your family. Again, if you watch our last video, you'll notice that I started with the 4 queens, and I am doing that again because I do feel that it saves Ian a lot of time if he has similar markers, and I really just wanted to spend the majority of time to get the videos out to you because we had a great title, which was why can't I stop thinking of them and how are we connected? Because most of the time when we have sincere, deep thinking and thoughts and affection for somebody, we're like, why this particular person? Why this particular time in life? What is it about them? And it just stays with us. So part of my thought process on this through doing research is a great deal of this has to do with past attraction in past lives, in past interactions with others that have similar qualities to this person that we found attractive and we liked, things like that. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do, number 1 is going to be the Queen of Pentacles, number 2 is going to be the Queen of Cups, number 3 is going to be the Queen of Swords, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 is going to be the Queen of Wands. Now, I'm also, right before I start, I'm going to read from the Tarot Illuminati book, the meanings of each queen, because I love this. However, this deck that's out here right now is the Arcanum. If you guys are wondering, I love this so much. The Arcanum. Is it even on this box? Oh, yeah. I'll give you the thing just in case, because I want people to know these cards that are laid out here is the Arcanum. They're very beautiful. And the descriptions in the Tarot Illuminati are so soulful and resonant to what we're sort of reaching into that I want to do it that way. So we're going to start with number 1, the Queen of Pentacles. So it says, the nurturing Mother Earth. The deepest secrets of the earth flow only in one direction, life. Life will always find a way, and it will flow through and all around obstacles, and it will perpetuate itself. Think how the entirety of the global ecosystem you inhabit feeds itself. One part sustaining and one part supporting the other. One big flow of life around in a circle of death, rebirth, and transformation. So the themes and concepts around the Queen of Pentacles is nurturing others and yourself, a motherly figure, somebody who heals the body, health considerations and diet, caring for the environment, sustenance and nutrition, a time to harvest, a practical person who aids others, being in tune with the cycles of the season. Beautiful. Yeah, green, very earthy, right? So let's see sort of what's going on. Now this is interesting. One of the things I wanted to start with was I have these beautiful cards right here, and they're about healing and clarity, and they are a lovely new oracle card that I didn't know exists that I received. Her name is Lisa Powers, and these are her oracle cards, and they're called essential oil oracle cards because they'll have all kinds of beautiful oils and sayings on them, like juniper berry and what have you. Now, the interesting facet to these cards is they're miraculous in that she offers a trigger statement, which is called, I call it the ego lie. It tells you something that triggers you, and it's a lie. It's something that you've heard in the past that you may believe, or it gets you going or excitable for no reason. Then right beneath it is the true statement, your soul statement, which is the reality of things, okay? And then a lovely, insightful whisper at the bottom. So I wanted to pull one for you, and yours was Clove, and it says, why did this happen to me? That was your trigger statement, and you're on truth. The true statement is, how did this happen for me? Know that you are the star of your life, my dear. You are the lead, and the audience is here for you, right? So being the lead, you can direct it any way you want it to go. You can think that things and events are happening at you or to you, or you can simply decide that they are just going on around you, and you can participate if you choose to, right? It's a beautiful perspective to look at it that way, and I love that. So let's see why these first, this is a really cool technique I'm going to do. I have all these new ideas to use to gain insights, and my guides are helping me so much. When I woke up, I was going to take a couple days off and not do anything, and then I had some private people that I'm doing private reads for get in touch with me and just say the sweetest, most lovely things. Basically, they were like, I missed your voice and your guidance, and I sometimes feel lonely, and I feel isolated in either my environment at school or even in my family or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I really have some really cool ideas I want to do. So I'm trying to see where the focus needs to be on this so you can see the card. Sometimes if it's out of focus, it does weird things. So I'll just do that for now. Okay, so part of the reason, absolutely, that we may be so attracted to somebody is because we have a past life connection with them. So I'm going to do that first and see if you are attracted to them, if you have a past life connection. Okay, so I have this great book, and then what I do is I just choose from the normal tarot, which I just pulled out some for each thing, and what it says is that card represents a time and place in the world that you perhaps have lived, and this person along with you. So the first card that I picked up was the Magician. Now, what the Magician says in terms of your past life, it is your root energy is about resourcefulness, manipulation, and manifestation. In a past life, this pertains to 17th century Africa. So, wow, let's see what's going on there. This card is rooted in the African continent. Your past life is perhaps rooted within Africa. If this card is it could also denote participation in the occult, magic, or mystery. So again, getting the Magician, I feel like you had some sort of, you were pertained as a wizard or a master magician, or someone who could summon good energy to evoke the right conditions. And Africa is heavily known for, doing the sort of bone rituals and things like that, because they believe heavy in the elementals. Again, they relied on the ocean for fish. They relied a lot. The temperatures could be extreme with the deserts, you know what I mean? So they relied a lot on the elements to bring them life. If you had a lack of rain and you lived in the desert areas of Africa, there was a problem. So they had a lot of soothsayers that would call in the rain and things like that. And I feel like that's what you were involved in. And you had a lot of resourcefulness about you. You had an amazing ability to produce what you wanted. You are a heavy manifester for sure. Your ability to produce results could be skills developed from a previous life. This card could also indicate a manipulative person. So at times we can do that. We all know that if we can manifest, we want to manipulate time, space, and energy in our favors, right? And for our families and stuff. So that's the meaning of that. But again, I believe you are definitely of a magical sphere that, again, I feel like you were rain dancers and people that brought in the right elements to help your tribesmen at this time. And your new love you're connected with could be from an opposing tribe, a nearby tribe, or just somebody you met on this thing and you have karmic ties to them as well. So let's see what's going on in terms of I'm just shuffling this new deck. Wow, look at that. So the High Priestess. So that definitely ties in with that. Oh my gosh, and the Lovers. So this is one of the reasons you can't get them out of your mind. They are a huge, huge possibility of being a future lover and in the near future. And I believe if you use your powers of manifestation, which are latent but very powerful, you haven't even tried to put them into to use yet. Look at Winter. She's like, I'll just stroll through here. So you do. You definitely have magical powers that are latent within you. And basically what that is just knowing your positive intentions, your infinite potential, that you're infused with vitality and magic, and that you can draw this person into very, very easily, right? So yeah, I do feel through this past life connection, there's this lovely karmic bond, and that's why you can't stop thinking about them, and they will be your potential lover if you wish them to be, because you have it within you to draw this person magnetically to you. You have super high powers of manifestation this time. You're very plugged into you. So, and plugged into the universe, source, and all that. So that's amazing, you guys. Wow. So if you're new, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also welcome to the channel. All my links are down below if you need a private read, or you want to go to the Patreon page or check anything out down there. Everything is down there. My Etsy store, everything you can imagine. Any old thing, any old where. Okay, so that's you guys. Amazing. Yes. So that's why you're so focused on them. Yep. Previous existences are a large part of why we tend to be connected to people. That's why you fall into those really miraculous, cool zones with them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, why do I feel like I know them? Or why am I observing them so closely, or vice versa, right? So amazing. So that's you, Queen of Pentacles. So the next one is a Queen of Cups. And again, I wanted to read everybody their queen that they chose from the Illuminati, because it's beautiful. So the Queen of Cups says, I am the siren song, drawing men into the depths in which they either swim or drown. I am the enticement, the beauty offered, the mystery, half concealed and flirtatious, half revealed to draw you in. I am the mermaid playing in the sunlit waves, hair flowing, laughing as you come closer. I am her arms that surround you as you are dragged with a kiss to the lightless abyss. In my depths there is wonder and danger, the choice of which is yours alone. Will you swim in the waters of your emotion and subconscious? Will you dance with the sunlit waves that are like the mermaid, or will you drown in the depths, crying and lonely, like the whale in the darker sea? The mermaid and the whale are sisters, so fear not the depths, for in the concealment of the darkness lies wisdom and profound mystery. So the themes and concepts to the Queen of Cups is enticement and flirtation, right? Mystery, drawing you in the depths of your subconscious. Somebody that's fascinating, dangerous in the depths, wisdom found in emotions, a visionary or psychic, again. A lot of you guys have these abilities. Being overwhelmed by emotions, somebody who changes to reflect the personalities of others, which sometimes can help you to induce a calmer state of mind, right? Because you just sort of want to go in with that quiet inflection and not have to stand out too much, because I feel like your natural self definitely stands out to others, and sometimes you just like to quietly exist, for sure, right? So let's see in terms of why you might be so drawn to this person. You can't stop thinking about them in terms of past lives, because a lot of times that's where the connectivity comes from. And in this group, the Hierophant came out, which I thought was interesting. So we're going to look and see what card that pertains to. I have this most lovely book, and the Art History Tarot for Past Lives, where each tarot will pertain to a previous life. Like this, for instance, the Hierophant was, let me see. It's funny, it pertains to an area of the world and a lifestyle. It's really, really beautiful. So the Hierophant speaks of a religious background, organized religion, institutions, clergy, or schools. So religion played a heavy role in a past life and has left an indelible print on your soul. It's possible the religion you gravitated towards first in this life carried a significant connection to your past, leaving you feeling very much at home within that religious group. You might discover that leaving religion behind you carries some guilt because of social obligation to your deep roots within the system connecting to you with this past. And this was consequently early in the 16th century in Italy, where we know religion was super rife. There were components that if you didn't follow that, you were literally ostracized, right? It was huge in the time of the popes. And when you think of the Borgias and that realm, and you know how women basically weren't even let out unless they had chaperones with them. Yeah, there was a lot of stringent rules. So it could also indicate a formal education or a person who is associated with formal clergy. So again, your connection to them back in the day could be church, and you could have had a restrained lifestyle and not been able to connect with this person you're so wholeheartedly interested in and can't stop thinking about, because there were restrictions in the time of this life in the 16th century Italy, where basically everybody, love matches, natural love matches, if you were in any kind of upper echelon of society, were rarely, if ever, a component of society, because there were matches made to strengthen the houses and the royal houses together, right? Like you wouldn't have a Borgia marrying a stable person. It just wouldn't work like that. So that's amazing. So let's see what cards you have in terms of... It's so funny, shuffling new cards are crazy. Wow. So Ace of Swords. So that's another reason you can't... Do you feel like this person is fresh and alive, and they have a lot of vitality, and they evoke a lovely curious optimism in you? Like, what do they really like? What are they doing? You're just very curious about them. And then strength too. That's a lovely mix to have for this. So when you have strength and the Ace of Swords in this, it's a lovely mixture, because The aces are always about a gift from the universe, and I feel that's part of the reason that you can't get them out of your mind, is that they actually are a gift from the universe, a divinely guided person to come into your realm to help you work through any kind of past hurt. Like, just sometimes we need somebody to put our focus on in a good way, you know, as opposed to a past hurt, or not in an escapist way, but as a, wow, there are good people out there. I don't always have to find crazy people and hurtful people, right? That there's lovely people. And when the Strength card comes up, that the whole theme and concept of it is the animal self, you know, acknowledging and welcome the libido of your passions, the symbiotic relationships between two people that are vastly different, your inner strength, your strength and kindness. It's better to kill wasps with honey than vinegar, that sort of thing. The beast within, your connection with animals. There's this lovely tale that tells like of a heroic knight who rescued a beautiful maiden whom he loved from the clutches of a terrifying beast by slaying it. He triumphed over the animal and therefore overcame his libido and passion and animalistic nature contained within his love and himself. But this knight did both himself and his love a great disservice. The tale is falsely glorified. To slay the beast within, to tame it and to cage it, is to destroy part of yourself, right? Strength is not in the sword of the arm, but in the patience and kindness that comes within. Right? So if you have somebody come at you the wrong way in an attempt to make you feel less or insult you, instead of just trying to one up or burn them, simply look into your soul and ask yourself, why would this person behave this way? The stronger person would go because they're obviously injured in some way, or their ego is taking over them and they're in a delicate place. So we try to help them instead of harm them, right? So part of the reason that you can't stop thinking about this person as well is that you have beautiful you're very compatible. Your compatibility is like off the charts, just the way you see things, you know what I mean? It's like you're just falling in sync with them. You mentioned something and they're like, yeah, I know what you mean. And they're like, yeah, I know what you mean. You know what I mean? A really strong connectivity, but they have a kindness to them that really draws you to them. Their smile, their face, I feel like they have really kind eyes. They really listen to you when you speak, and that makes a huge difference in this world where people go so fast and furious, right? So that's really beautiful. So I wanted to pull you one of these gorgeous statement cards. Now these are about trigger statements, which are false, and true statements, which are true. So the trigger statement, which is I'm so confused, but the true statement, which comes from your soul, is I am present. Allow your mind to clear and let the noise of your thoughts all fall away and listen to your intuition. So when you're with this person and you're speaking to them, really be in a balanced, receptive state to heed the cues and warnings, whether it be physical or whatever they're doing. Are their feet facing towards you where they're completely listening to you? Are they making eye contact? Are they looking for excuses to linger near or around you? Things like that, you know, so you can be really plugged in, just being present. That's really beautiful. So I like that. Yeah, this is all fresh, new, clear energy. It's beautiful. So that's you guys. If you're new, welcome to the channel, and don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also the little notification bell so you know when the new videos come in. The little gray arrow at the bottom of the video will take you to all my links for private reads, for my Instantgo. If you want a quick read right away, I'm on there. Also, go to my Patreon page and check us out. I want to thank you patrons for supporting the channel. It's so wonderful of you, and we email each other on a daily basis. It's so lovely. I love just my tribe. It's like like-minded people. They're trying to come from a beautiful place of curious optimism, and I just love that. So it's a great thing. So go check that out. So that's you guys. Beautiful energy, clean, fresh, vibrant energy, honed with strength. That's really, really beautiful. Yeah, and your past life connection. You know what I mean? Sometimes with religious past lives, we start to cordon ourselves off from certain experiences because it's a repressed society when it's heavily religious. However, you're coming into an understanding that you can be spiritual and still experience life on a very lovely plane. Okay, so then that brings us on to the Queen of Swords. Let's see what's going on for you. So first I want to start you with a lovely healing and clarity card, which I love. These have a trigger statements, which are untrue, and then true statements, which I love. And this is the ginger, and this is your will. So Your trigger statement, which is untrue, is I am a victim. Your true statement is I am powerful beyond measure. You are strong and capable with gratitude, optimism, and action. Manifest the life you desire. I love these cards they make a lot of sense because I do believe the trigger is always our ego trying to shout BS at us, while the lovely true statement below it is our soul's voice saying, no, we are fine, we are together, and here is a rectifying solution to this. You know what I mean? Because our brains just run away with us. It's just ridiculous. Everybody just needs to calm down. So the Queen of Swords, I wanted to read from you from the Illuminati. Even the cards that are shown here are the Arcanum cards. I just love the Tarot Illuminati descriptions of the queens. They're very beautiful. So it says, Queen of Swords, the cold teacher of wisdom. Where would the wisest men of the world be if there were no teachers, communicators, and nobody to impart wisdom? The mind must have a guide, a channel to which it may flow. Yet my teaching is not the gentle, kind, coaxing, coddling you understand. Under my tutelage, you will hone your wisdom to the finest precision. You will learn to be right, and you will dare to know more than what others think you should. Listen to the words of truth, and you will become a lover of wisdom. So the themes and concept of this queen is expression of ideas, communication, teaching, nurturing ideas in others, gaining wisdom from others, somebody who speaks for others, advocacy in a teacher, trainer, intellectual, self-reliant somebody with no patience for ignorance, words cutting to the truth. So if you chose this card, it's quite possible that you really love to express ideas, right? You're an excellent communicator. You're probably a teacher of some sort. You like to nurture ideas in others. You love to expand. You love wisdom, right? You're an advocacy for that, which is beautiful. Training others, maybe a life coach, maybe another spiritual coach, a tarot reader, etc., where you really, really want to expand on theories and spiritual ideals because they help us to grow and live better lives, for sure. So I'm going to start with one of the reasons we can be super attracted to someone and can't stop thinking of them is past life connections. So I'm going to pull a card out of this and see what it pertains to. So the Six of Wands. Now this particular lovely past life tarot lets us know through the picking of a traditional tarot card where you could have been in your past life, because the card represents that. Now, the Six of Wands, it traditionally is about victory in a past life, 19th century United States, so in the 1800s. You lived a past life in the 16th century. If you lived a life in the... Oh, I see what they're saying. Okay, so if you lived your life in the 16th century, this was a period of discovery, particularly in the American continent. This was a high-profile time for European explorers. However, for the indigenous people, it would have spearheaded the age of oppression that would continue for centuries. As we know that the Native Americans had a horrifying time right in their land taken from them. So the alternative interpretation is the Six of Wands usually reflects a victory won for the querent. Although in the image chosen here, a heavy reminder looms that many victories involved another's loss. Your life path may be pointing you towards compromise rather than victory, an echoing reminder of the mistakes of the past. So again, you could either be in one of the conquering nations, which we're here. Of course, we had the English, we had the French, we had the Dutch, we had the Spaniards all over, right? So again, you could have met this person. It could be vice versa. They were the oppressed. They could have been Native Americans, and you could have been one of the conquering Spanish, French, or English troops that came in. Or you could have been in the same field of glory where you were you won a battle together, depending. I don't know. I keep hearing the name Algonquin in my head, so something along those lines. So if you feel a strong pull towards Native Americans and those traditions, this could have been your home in times of when it was hospitable and restful, and then came into the people that were trying to subjugate you and came into America, and there was an oppressive state at that time, and you could have contact with them. But traditionally, this card is the victor card. This is somebody who is lauded heavily for their accomplishments. So I feel you may also have been in the troops that took over certain areas and swathes of land here, and you started to make settlements on it, you know, possibly in Massachusetts and that thing, and that's where you came into contact with them, which is really beautiful. So let me get your tarot that says, oh, very nice, Four of Wands, also Why You Can't. And these are the Arcanum cards I'm using right now. I love the lovely vibrancy of them. I got them for Christmas and I was in love with them. I had wanted them for a while, but I thought I was getting rather greedy on the front of having, I don't know, maybe now 30 plus decks, but I love the artwork and I cherish my cards. And I want a huge variety for you guys, because lots of times I'll watch readers because they have a lovely splendor of color and great, the artistry is a big draw to me. Of course, it's a lot of components, the connectedness of the reader, their cadence, and that sort of thing. But I love to have a lovely variety of cards for you guys too, so it'll be visually appealing, and I found these very, very gorgeous. So yeah, again, with him being the Emperor and then the Four of Wands is celebrational, I feel like you have envisionments of you guys having a lovely connectivity both publicly and privately, where you get on, you have celebrations that you'd mesh beautifully in your different social circles. I feel like this person is in your mind because they're so capable. I feel like this may be a superior at work or in your school, or a teacher or a mentor of some type, where this person just has a very heavy appeal to you because they're very balanced. They understand how to find answers. They lead and govern people very suavely and quietly and temperately. You know, they're not bossy, they're not ego-driven, they're a solution-oriented people, and you love that and respect them. But again, they're very solid, grounded, and they also have a lovely spiritual aspect to them as well. It's beautiful, and I feel like they garner attention when they come in the room as well. You know what I mean? They're highly regarded. So that's amazing, you guys. That's you guys. I really, really like that. So if you're new, welcome to the channel, and don't forget to press like and subscribe, and also the little notification bell that's down the bottom, so you'll know when the new videos come out. The little gray arrow at the bottom of the video will bring you to all my private links. So if you want a private read, if you want to go on my Instago and get a quick read, any of those things. I'm also on Instagram at sparkrist11 if you want to check out. So we have beautiful photographs and things on that are amazing. You can come check us out there. Our Patreon page, thank you patrons that support the channel. I love that. If you guys want to go take a look at that page and see what it's all about, it's just about supporting the channel through any kind of donation that's made monthly, and then you get involved in all this fun stuff. You get to pre-see the videos. We have chat night. I do free reads. It's a lot of fun stuff, and I'm creating an oracle deck with my friend Eleni. She's already completed all the art. She already had it ready. And I'm just doing the writing, so if you want to see some of the preliminary works on that. Oh, that's super duper pooper scooper stuff. So that's you guys. Amazing. Love that energy. Wow. This is actually my favorite card, the Six of Wands card. I just love that because I feel like it is Caesar returning from Gaul. It is the victory card. You have done something like on a really cool level, usually charitable and selfless, and people celebrate that. Like you've given back to the world. You see the world as a cohesive oneness, a collective, and you're trying to help in some way. It's sort of like anybody, you know, remember when Haiti was in such a state and a lot of the celebrities went over and they were really helping with the water, clean water effort and all that. It's that sort of thing, but you get noticed for the things that you do and provide for people that can't necessarily do that, for sure. So now we're going to move on to the Queen of Wands, which I love. And this is my card. This is my court card. I am a Sagittarius and a fire sign, and this is my court sign. It's so funny, with all my crowns tend to be red. Like I just love them. All of these. I love red stones. I love rubies. I have a lot of red, and even when I've dressed up, it's like you have so much red on, and I have red hair, so it's kind of crazy. So we're going to go back first and have a look at your past life experience. And I chose a card for that, and this is the King of Swords. Now what happens is this beautiful book, this Art History of Tarot and Past Lives, corresponds with tarot picks. So every single card has a past life experience to it, which is great. And the King of Swords in this is called the Rational Man. Now the place that you were alive in the time is Sweden and Norway in the 19th century. So the Rational Man is often a lawyer type or a community leader. He is an intellectual and sharp person, more likely to be logical than emotion. Now, I feel one of the reasons that we pay such close attention to someone and can't stop thinking about them is they existed in this time frame and lifespan with us. So again, they would be in Sweden or Norway with you. And I feel like this is definitely one of my cards. I've had my origins come from Norway, and I feel a very strong connectivity to Vikings. That whole lifestyle and just that part of the world is fascinating to me, and I am of that heritage. So you were at another time in another lifespan as well. So the rational man, again, he's likely to be logical and not so emotional as well as you will be. The rational man also is not manipulative. It's upright version of a king. He's not up to being over sentimental, but he's very resourceful and clever. So I love that. Again, yeah. So if you feel a pull to that thing, to Viking folklore, to the Norse gods, to Thor and all those type of things, and just the beautiful snow, like the fjords of Norway have always been so compelling and beautiful to me, and are probably to you as well, because sometimes we're pulled back way in our lineage through centuries. So I feel like that is a possible connection to you, and this person may as well be from current day lineage of Scandinavian background. So comment if they are as well, because this is a new aspect to my channeling that is really important to me, is connecting some of the past life influences, because every once in a while I'll have very startling dreams, and I'll have a real strong intuitive hit, but it's usually to do with a continent, a time, and a place, and it has some massive connectivity in my life. So I want to connect more and more with this, because I feel it's a really profound door to be open that makes a lot of sense to us and why we behave certain ways, because a lot of my past cultures have been highly combative, for sure, Celtic and stuff, and I feel like I have crazy interest in weaponry, and I also know how to use it, and I have an innate ability to do stuff that I don't know how I know how to do these things, but again, it's an openness to past life connectivity for sure. And yeah, and just a fearlessness with horses. I'll jump anything on a horse. I'm not afraid of height or any of those things, and I have a kind of special language with horses, and yeah, like the horse whispering, and also dogs. Like, I've never had a fear of any of them, and they act a little over friend, like everybody's like, my dog hates everybody but you, like one of those things. I feel like you have some of that too about you, that connectivity to answer the dog and horse whisperer, and you can charm them, that sort of thing. So let's pull your, whoa, nice, whoa, yeah. So another reason you can't stop thinking about them too, with the Empress and the Chariot. It's a fast moving energy, and it really that's lovely. I would be interested to see what the Empress has to say. I'm going to look up to in this book and read from the Court card of Empress, because I love the beautiful imagery that it creates in the Illuminati book for other bits too. I just feel like it lets us know, actually, yeah. So anyway, let me just continue with this for a moment. So basically, when you have the Chariot and the Empress together in this, it's like an introduction on a more deeper level is kind of imminent with this. Like, you can't stop thinking about it, because it is something that's going to occur. It's a connection that is going to occur. And the Empress is about creativity and actively creating, all right? So when you have this Empress energy, you can actively create anything. It's working to bring something to fruition. It's like raw materials given form. So in your mind, if you, whatever you want to happen, you start to shape it, then you release it, it can come to you, right? It's all about love and sensuality, unconditional love, creating beauty, vitality, and projects being like your children. Like, you really nurture them, you really care for them. It's important how you cultivate a nice atmosphere around you. You like things to go smoothly for yourself and others. You're very caring, and this person brings out the best in you, and you feel like you're quite charmed by them. That's part of the reason you can't get them out of your mind. And again, being the past connectivity of this is like you've gone through some kind of lifespans together, so you're karmically connected. And the Chariot will bring this about with the Empress, if you simply by just the infinite potential is crazy with it, because you infuse it with your own vitality and you draw it to you. So that's amazing and really, really strong. And I wanted to bring you guys your ta-da, spikenard. So these are basically these really wonderful oracle cards that I just got for Christmas, and it's this girl Lisa Powers, and it's called the Essential Oil Oracles. But they're the most potent things I've ever read in terms of ego versus soul. She gives you a trigger statement, then she gives you a true statement. So your trigger statement is something that your ego would say to you that's untrue. The true statement is something your soul would tell you, which is true. So the trigger statement is, why does this always happen to me? And the true statement is, I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it's needed, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch these miracles unfold. So how this pertains to you, that if you would like some sort of connection with this person, whether on any kind of Facebook, Instagram, anything like that, that you can simply do it by connecting with this person, saying hello. You're not going to have fear involved, because you're going to realize, wow, you know what the true statement is, you're at peace no matter what happens. You know what I mean? If somebody regards you a certain way, that's how they regard you, right? If they highly regard you, good for them. If they ignore you, good for them. It doesn't matter. You're at peace regardless. And I feel like you're going to come into a very heady sense of self, where you feel balanced, and you're ready to let go of any past suffering so you can take in new possibilities. I feel like you're going to give yourself space to decompress and take time to nurture your body and mind, which is very important. And the future is just bright for you. You're enjoying knowing that optimism today is going to just fuel your amazing tomorrow. And you're going to go from there. And it's beautiful. And yeah, you're really powered by these helpful, optimistic thoughts, and you're just on a high vibe, man. You're vibing out, and I love it for you. Beautiful. So you guys, if you're new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you need the notifications, if you hit the bell, it'll let you know when all the new videos come up. We usually aim for one a day, one every other day. We'll see. Sometimes if we have bigger productions, it'll be a couple days in between. But we love you, and we want to keep out the messages for you. And if you hit the little gray arrow at the bottom of the video, all my links will come up for private reads, for my Instantgo reads, which I always get to in an hour or two. Please check out my Patreon page. I have beautiful supporters there that help the channel run, and we have a lot of fun on there. Just check it out. It's really, really fun. My Etsy store is down there too. I hand make all kinds of jewelry. Like I just got a new shipment of these raw stones, and I'm going to be making a ton of stuff out of them. Look how beautiful they are. Oh, I have fluorites, I have everything, I have amethystos. And you guys, I custom make stuff. If people are like, oh, I like that strand I saw this and that. Like this new full crown, I know that Cherry is going to love this, because it's a full-size fairy crown, and it's like, I'm going to put that on. It's like, I'm just, I believe in just beauty and abundance and specialty stuff. That's why I like to custom make stuff. It's like people are deserving to have a one-of-a-kind item, right? So you could be like this jazzy girl right here. But love and light to you guys. I really appreciate you for checking out my channel, and we got a lot of great things to come. So peace out.